Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the show. Guys, I hope if you are on, of course, vacation for the last couple of weeks, like some of you, hope you had a great time with that. For the rest of us that were stuck in the Northeast and got hammered with, of course, that big old storm yesterday, hey, these power stations came in handy for you, I'm pretty sure. Now, guys, we've got a good show lined up for you. It's been a couple weeks since our last show, but hey, we're back. We're about to show you guys some great stuff and some amazing products. Now, of course, like always, you'll see that banner down in the bottom that says click, follow, and ask questions. I mean, that's what we're here for. So if you guys have questions, always ask. If you haven't hit that follow button, hit it, guys. It costs you nothing. And then once you hit it, guys, you'll know when we're live, when we go live, and what the deals are. Now, you're also going to notice that there is, of course, a 5% discount code down there for anybody that purchases over $1,000 of products. You guys get an extra 5% off as well. Guys, got a great little show lined up. We got a bunch of amazing products. We're always going to start off with that smallest but newest product that took over and, of course, bypassed that 100 plus. That, of course, is the new 240D. Now, with the 240D, guys, you're going to notice that I had to reach for it because, well, I had to. This is the 240D, guys. This is a really cool little power station. It's $159. It's 24% off right now, which is a great deal. This is a phenomenal little piece. 240D, or the 240D is 80,000 milliamps, 256 watt hours of power, and a 4.4 pound package. It's less than 5 pounds. Cable carried around like a lantern. Carry cable around, take it everywhere you want to go, to the campsite, around your house. Pick and choose where you want. Tool it around and don't worry about it. And yes, guys, you see what I'm doing right here? I am not worried about this handle popping off whatsoever. And the cool part is you're probably wondering why I'm doing that. Well, that's because there's an actual cable in there as well. Now, me moving it around like that, I'm not worried about this cable breaking. It's actually nice, strong, and of course durable for that reason. Now, this is a USB-C to USB-C cable. It is, of course, a 140 watt pass-through cable, which is amazingly well done. Pop it back on here, and you guys have that cable to go on and go with it. Now, you do have a digital display, so if I hit that front, the display is going to come on. It's going to say about 69% battery. I probably should charge this a little bit more. You're going to notice that you have 3 USB-C ports. One's 140 watt bidirectional. Then you're going to have a 100 watt output. Then you're going to have a 15 watt output as well. Next to that 15 watt output USB-C port is a 15 watt USB-A port. And below that is a DC plug. Now with this, it's going to be standard under 2.5 hour charge time, no matter which way you go about it, guys, which is great. Wall plug, solar charging, cigarette lighter in your car, multiple variations and multiple ways of doing it. Phenomenal little product. This is going to give you guys over 13 cell phone charges without an issue. You guys could run, let's say, your Starlink Mini for like 9 hours. A little 5 watt light bulb, you guys should be able to run that little flashlight for a long period of time without a problem. Now, because it is portable, it's mighty, and it's accessible, you guys can take it wherever you really want to go. Let's go there with that. Now, 1 hour fast charging, if you really truly need to, is just going to be there, guys. You have to pick and choose the way you charge it, though, right? First and foremost, 2.5 hours through the 140 watt on a wall brick is where you're going to be at with that. Little over 2.5, almost 3 hours, 100 watt solar panel is where you'd be with that one. For those of you that are using the cigarette car lighter in your car, it's going to be a 4-hour charge time. It's just a little bit less of a charge with that. I could do my laptop about 3 times, maybe 16 times with the Bluetooth speaker. The portability is where it's at with this thing, and you guys can get a carrying bag. You guys could also get a shoulder strap. Jackery actually has one of those as well. They also make the bag to carry it around. It has Thermaduro technology as well. NTC, smart temperature controlling with that. And of course, Phil popped up. What's up, buddy? I like this. This is actually a really great little piece. It's going to do well for you guys. Nice, small, mini, portable. $159 is the price tag that I see. You guys might be able to see about that same or a little bit higher than that. Phil, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? I like this thing. This thing's actually really amazing. I love how portable it is. Of course, you guys see me hold this down. shutting it off the screen, carrying it around, no problem, sitting and using it. Yes, you guys could charge this off a bigger power station if you wanted to. That's up to you. I'm something, my guy. So I am supposed to be showing you, yep, we are going to be showing you guys this. This is going to be the Jackery Explorer 300 with carrying bag. Now, you guys will see that I have the table over here. We're going to move, of course, this. You're going to ignore the throw pillows. My throw pillows, I got to replace those guys, so I will be replacing those shortly as well. Those throw pillows have become a little bit tattered and hammered. I kind of curl up with pillows, all right, guys? It's just one of those things. 293 watt hours of power right here, guys, in a little 7.1 pound package. This thing's small, mighty, and beautiful. Now, I'm going to actually grab that yet again, bring it up closer for you guys. And let's show you guys this little thing. This is a package deal. You guys are going to get it at $259 for you to get this station and the carrying bag. I don't have the carrying bag on hand, but I can tell you guys it's waterproof, dust resistant, and all of the other pieces to allow you to carry this around, which is amazing. Now, 293 watt hours of power. They can be fully charged in about 3.5 hours on a wall plug. You guys could do wall plug and USB-C port charging together for a 2-hour charge time. Now, with this device, you're going to have 2 AC outlets. It's going to do 300 watts of pure sound wave power, can peak at 500 if you need to. 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug up here, guys, but it has a fixed handle, so a little bit different than some of the other stations. Now, with the fixed handle, it's actually really well done. Still has digital display, so you don't have to worry about it. It's going to come with a USB-A port, and a 60-watt USB-C bi-directional port. Now, when you use that USB-C port and the DC plug, that's going to be your 2-hour charge time. Nice silicone pads on the bottom, guys, to protect it, and of course, don't worry about it with all the other things. Now, what I can tell you is it's at about 30% charged, needs fully charged. I'll probably plug it in through the USB-C port tonight. Let this one charge up because I haven't charged this in a while. Should do that, just saying. With this, guys, you're going to get, of course, again, let's say 40 hours with the Nintendo Switch, maybe 15 to 16 DSLR batteries, 6 drone batteries. You guys could do, of course, multiple ways of charging. If you had a 100-watt solar panel, about 4.5-hour charge time, 3.5 hours in a standard car, 3.5 hours in a wall outlet, 2 hours if you used a dual charging sensibility. With the splash-free polyester material dust-free covering, which is kind of cool, that little carrying bag, you guys can actually carry this around and carry the cables with it. Now, a couple other pieces is you guys could run a mini cooler or flat screen TV off of this for 4.5 hours if you wanted to. I'm going to say maybe 15 to 16 cell phone batteries is where you're going to be with this. But nice, portable, lightweight, $259 package deal is a phenomenal deal. Let's go there. Because I love it and got to talk about it, let's talk about one of their newest power stations, the 1500 Ultra. Now, the 1500 Ultra is a crazily amazing power station. Normally, it's like a $1,400 price tag. I think it's like 20% off, so it's like $1,119. So it is going to cost you, but definitely worth that price. When we come back here, you're going to notice that my lighting kind of goes wonky. I tried to fix it as best as I could. We're just going to zoom you on in here, guys. Bring you on up close. The 1500 Ultra is 1,536 watt hours of power, and what looks like has no plugs on the face of it. That's not true, guys. There are a lot of plugs here. Now, this, of course, is their first designed fully waterproof power station. That's right, waterproof with an IP65 water resistance, with an 1.5 hour charge time to be had. Now, when I get up here, guys, you're going to notice that we have this beautiful facelift. No orange logo, which I kind of would have loved to see that, but I get where they're going with this. Hold down the power button. It's going to activate. You're going to see the digital display come up, and of course, you're there with us. If I want to turn it off, I just hold it back down and shut it off with that. Underneath the first rubber plug right here, guys, this is going to be the 12-volt 10-amp DC plug, or the cigarette lighter adapter style plugging. To put it back in, make sure that that plug is plugged in properly to protect it. Underneath that is going to be your 2 solar panel plugs and your wall charging cable plug. If you come over to the sides, you're going to have a 30-watt USB-C port, a 100-watt USB-C port, and of course the 18-watt USB-A port with all the charging capabilities for all of your mobile devices or your smaller devices of the sorts. Underneath the bigger flap is 3 AC outlets, guys. These 3 AC outlets are going to do amazing 1800 watts of pure sun wave power. Can peak above 1800 if you need to for a surge power resort. Now, of course, rubberized corking to protect you guys, keep it out of the water, and of course allow you to use it out in the rain and the snow. Now, with this device, it's going to do very, very well, guys. 1800 watts or 3600 peak is where you're at. Dustproof, waterproof, and of course level 9 seismic shockproof. So that means if you guys drop it from about 5 feet, it's not going to hurt the device. Bumping it around, banging it around on the job site won't hurt the device. Accidentally knocking it off your steps to your motorhome because you're putting it in the motorhome, not going to hurt it. It's going to, of course, be totally fine. 1.5 hours on a wall charger, or of course 2.5 hours with 8 of the 800 watts of solar panel charging if you need to. Over 10-year lifespan with the LiFePO 4 cells, which is amazingly beautiful. Now you guys will get a lot more usage out of that, just that. On the bottom, there is actually a detachable and washable cover. So you guys can detach the cover, wash off the bottom plate, and of course clean out the fan system. There is a cooling fan system with this. When it's fully charged with over 1500 watt hours of power, you guys can actually run quite a bit. From 16 drone batteries to 68 DSLR batteries, maybe 48 hours with a heated blanket. You guys can do coffee makers, Bluetooth speakers, movie projectors. If you guys want to run your 200 watt refrigerator for a few days, go ahead and do so. Over 60 hours with the 5 watt light bulb. If you guys are using that 27 watt LED bulb that's standard to like 100 watts, you guys can do about 26 hours. Wi-Fi router, guys, over 50 hours without a problem. Starlink Mini should give you 50 hours as well. Fish finders, if you're on a boat, guys, maybe 12 hours. A lot of you aren't going to be using fish finders on a boat. Just going to say that with that. Angle grinders, leaf blowers, weed eaters, walkie-talkies, and all of those other cool little things. It's the waterproof that stands out on this. So if you guys need the 1500 Ultra, definitely check that out. It's an amazing, amazing piece of technology. Now, this weighs approximately 38.5 pounds, so do know that it weighs a little bit, but it will work very, very well for you. 1500 Ultra, you can't go wrong with that. You really can't. Now, there's a package deal that's going to go on below it as well. This is going to be, of course, if we can get it over there, the 3000 plus. Now, the 3000 plus package deal is going to be the 3002 of the 200 watt solar panels for $1889. I think it is like that's a 36 to 37% savings. Normally, it's a $3,000 price tag with this device. Now, let's zoom on in there, and you guys are going to see that nice large digital display. This digital display is going to allow you to see the battery percentage. It's going to allow you to, of course, connect up to the app because it does have app control. It's going to allow you to, of course, turn on all the switches or off the switches. It's going to have 2 100 watt USB-C ports, 2 18 watt USB-A ports, a 12 volt 10 amp DC plug, and then 5 AC outlets. Now, 3,072 watt hours of power in the 3000 plus. With the 2 solar panels, guys, you have 400 watts of charging capabilities. With 400 watts, it's about 11-hour charge time. If you wanted to, though, you guys could have it fully charged in about 2.25 hours on a wall plug at 1800 watts through your standard wall plug. You guys could do wall plug and solar charging together, have an under 2-hour charge time on this device. When fully charged, you guys could run refrigerators and everything else in this. This is actually a sale price today. Normal price is about $3,000, so it's $1889 today. You can also use the 5% discount code that we have up in that banner to get another 5% off of that. So that's where you're going to be with that. We do have a discount code for you guys. Now running it, you know what, light bulb 9 to 10 days, guys. Your 45-watt house fan over 60 hours. It would be the same with, of course, your flat screen TV, guys, about 50 to 60 hours. 20 milliseconds of UPS switchover, so uninterruptible power supply can be used as, or EPS, emergency power supply. So if you had the power station plugged into the wall and then you had your devices plugged into it, it will actually allow you to not lose power or the device. It's going to have a 20 milliseconds. 20 milliseconds is very, very fast switchover. Most pieces do not even notice that with that on hand. There are a few little differences with that. Let's say like some of your computers and stuff may notice it. You may lose a little bit of flicker with that. Just one of those things. Charge Shield 2.0 is built into this. Also has, of course, cell-to-body technology. 5-year warranty is standard with these. It's like a 3-year plus 2-year warranty on these. Could do about, let's say, 330-watt rice cooker, guys, for about 6 hours if you truly needed to. Maybe 36 laptop charges. You guys could do leaf blowers, weed eaters. That's going to be about 3.5 hours-ish, depending on the weed eater and leaf blower. Now, if you really want to, let's say like your GoPro cameras, guys, the 5-watt batteries, 300 charges with that, which is great. Your 90-watt drone batteries, like your Mavic 2s, Mavic 2, Mavic 3, that's going to be like a 30-watt charge with that one. Beautiful little piece, and of course, like I said, it comes with the 2 solar panels in this package deal for that price point. So you have a great option. Phenomenal little piece. Just know that it does weigh approximately 60 pounds, guys. It's a little bit of weight you're going to be lifting up there, but it packs quite a bunch with that one. And like I said, we got a big table of stuff sitting there for you guys. Now, we're going to be showing you guys the 1000 V2. The 1000 V2 is an amazing little piece of technology that's on the table down below. We're going to, of course, bring you guys in there a little bit closer with this. And let's talk about it. This is an amazing little power station that weighs approximately 24 pounds. Now, at 24 pounds, guys, you're getting a great, great product at a phenomenal price point. Honestly, you're going to get it for about, I think it's like $529 with the price point on this one. Now, with that being said, guys, it's a crazy, crazy product. With the cable package, it's $529. By itself, it's like $429. The $429 one, I will actually share that link with the Dragon Blogger side in a second. So bear with me as I grab that link for you guys. Looks like we have a little bit of a mishap on my side. So that'll be the link for the 1000 V2 with, of course, non-cable extension cable. With this, it's a standard under 2-hour charge time, fast charging, 2 hours, emergency, wall plug charging. If you want to, inside the app, you guys can actually do, of course, inside the app. And you guys can, of course, just do what you want. And then with inside that app, you guys can kick over to what's called emergency situation charging. And when you do that, of course, you will have that 1 hour charge time. Now, with the 1070 watt hours of power, guys, it's a good amount of power for 24 pounds. Very lightweight, very portable. Has the flashlight on the front. That flashlight's going to do 3 modes of lighting: standard lighting, SOS lighting, or, of course, high brightness. You're going to have the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug on the side. You're going to have a 100-watt USB-C port, a 30-watt USB-C port, and then the 18-watt USB-A port as well. 3 AC outlets with your standard American-style plugs are going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 3,000 if you need to. Will, of course, be perfectly well done with all of that. Now, 2.5 hours if you had 2 of the 200-watt solar panels would be your charge time on this, which isn't a bad charge time. Just going there with that. Now, of course, you guys can do a lot more on it, and you guys can actually have just that with it. I'm going here. Guys, this is a crazy, crazy product at a great price point. Honestly, it does really, really amazingly well. You guys could run, let's say, a 200 watt desktop PC for about 6 hours off of this device. And that's the best part. So you guys, 6 hour charge time, you're up and running. Now, 14 laptop charges, maybe 50 cell phone charges. You guys can do about 20 drone batteries, maybe 29 hours with the Starlink Mini if you needed to, 12 hours with the heated blanket if you just have to, over 10 hours with the TV, 18 hours with the orbital sander, mini fridges, rice cookers. Again, still has that 20 millisecond switch over, so you guys can use it as a UPS or EPS. But at a great price point of $429 by itself, or if you want the extended cable, it's about $529-ish or so with that one. So, phenomenal product. Great little option. Now, not only do we have the 1000 V2 for those price points, guys, we have that 1000 V2 for $449, but you guys can get it as a package deal. So let's say you guys want to get the 1000 V2 and a single 200 watt solar panel. $779 would be the price tag for that, to 40% savings. You're all halfway there to that 2.5 hour charging on a wall, outside on solar. Bear with me, guys. If you want to, though, you don't have to have, of course, the single 200 watt solar panel. You guys can get it with 2 of the 100 watt solar panels. Be up and running and charged with no problem. And that's actually a great little option right there. I love that option. I like the 100 watt panels. They're phenomenal. They're bifacial charging. They're nice, lightweight, portable. You guys can take them pretty much wherever you want to. And that's the great option with this. This station is small enough that it will charge properly for you guys and be able to be carried around. So you don't have to worry about what you're doing with a station of this size. Now, we already showed you guys the 300 with, of course, the carrying bag. You guys can get the 300 by itself for like $189 if you needed to. You guys can get the 300 with the 100 watt solar panel for like $499 if you need to as well. But what we're going to talk about is, of course, the station that's over my shoulder. Now, hopefully I'm logged into this and hopefully I can activate it because we're going to grab this and we're going to turn it on and we're going to pop on a flashlight. You guys can see right over my shoulder the flashlight just came on. I'm going to turn it on brighter for you guys, and then I'm going to hit SOS pattern. You guys can definitely see the SOS pattern for there. Now, with, of course, this device, if we swap over to the table and we move over sideways, you guys can see it's the big brother to the 1000 V2. Now, I'm going to hit the flashlight again, going to hit the SOS pattern, and then shut it off. If we need to and you guys want to see the display, we can actually activate the display just by pressing a button. And you guys can see the display. This will work on 90% of their stations or their more current stations without a problem. So full app control with these. Now with it, you're going to have that standard 2-hour charge time on this device. Standard 2-hour charge time on the 2000 V2 is phenomenal. If you want to, again, inside the app, click emergency situation charging, flip it on, switch it, and you guys have that 1-hour charge time. 2,042 watt hours of power. It does weigh approximately 39.5 pounds though. With this device, you're going to have, the flashlight, the digital display, the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter, and of course, the USB ports. Now, you guys will notice I'm using the 30-watt USB-C port right now. Below that is the 100-watt USB-C port, and below that would be the 18-watt USB-A port. On the side over there, you're going to see 3 AC outlets that are going to do 2200 watts of pure sine wave. You guys can peak at 4400 if you need to, so you guys can go up, above, and beyond with that. And that's a really cool piece with that. So you guys can actually do quite a bit on hand and not have to worry about it. Now, if you need to, guys, you guys can do quite more with this because it packs a lot. Now, with, of course, this, you guys could do, let's say, a 200-watt desktop PC for about 12 hours. You guys could run a coffee machine for over 3 hours. Let's say a 5-watt light bulb, about 65 hours or more. You guys could do, of course, about 80 phone charges, about 26 hours with the 200-watt refrigerator. Now, charging times will vary. Like I said, you guys can do wall charging if you wanted to. You guys can do solar charging, vice versa. If you had multiple 200-watt solar panels on this, you guys could charge it in about 2.5 hours. No issues. Tea kettles, microwaves, you guys name it, it can run off of it. Let's say a shop vac or a carpet shampooer could run off of this for like 2.5 hours. No problem. If you wanted to, air pumps, water pumps, about 20-ish hours. That's like a single piston style pump. Electric drills, about 8 hours of runtime-ish with that. It's just a phenomenal product. Now, like I said, the price tag on this it's a little bit more than most people are thinking. Yes, it is $14.99, but it is well worth it for this device. That 2000 V2 is phenomenal. Why what? I have no clue. No clue what's going on, buddy. Now, with it, of course, you guys can get the 2000 V2 with, of course, 2 of the 200-watt solar panels. That price tag's about $2,500 with that package, though. But with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels, guys, it's about a 5-hour charge time. Just going to go there. Now, we showed you the 3000 with, of course, solar panel package. If you wanted that 3000 with by itself, it's like a $1,339. Normally $2,500 price tag, but you guys could get that very beautiful little station. You guys can see how much smaller it is than the 2000 next to it. But that little bad boy right there is going to be $1,339 for those of you that need a system of that style. Now let's talk bigger stations. Now we're going to get here. We're going to change camera angles, and you guys are going to notice we have 2 very large systems over here. We have the 3600 plus. We have the 5000 plus. 3600 plus is approximately 70 pounds. The 5000 is over 116 pounds. Over. No problems. It's more like 130 pounds if I remember right. This thing is a beautiful little station that's going to do very well for you guys. Now, the 3600 plus is just one of those stations that's going to do very well. So, we're going to bring it forward. We're going to change camera angles. We're going to adjust the camera. We're going to let you guys see that front display. Large display. You're going to have 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. 2 100-watt ports, 2 18-watt USB-A ports on hand with this. Now, if we bring you on in there closer, you're going to notice that there are 5 AC outlets. Now, 4 of those AC outlets are your standard 3600-watt American-style plugs. You're then going to have the TTR30 cell, again, 3600 watts of sine wave power through it. Can peak at 7200 if you guys need to. With the TTR30, you guys can link it up to your motorhomes, your RVs, or of course your manual transfer stations if you wanted to. Therm-Duro technology, guys, and a 5-year warranty, which is great. Operational temperatures of -4 degrees all the way up to, about 100 and something degrees, no problem. Charge time on this is about 2.5 hours on a wall plug is where you're going to be. If you want to use the wall plug and solar panel charging together, 2 hours would be your charge time. If you had 1,000 watts of solar panels, guys, 4-hour charge time is your capability. I apologize for the cough, everybody. 70 pounds, easily accessible and movable. You guys can see I'm just sitting here rolling it back and forth for you. No problems. Now, with this device, you guys notice that on the side, there's cooling technologies, of course, over here. But if we flip it to the opposite side, you're going to notice there's more ports and connectability with this. First and foremost, on the bottom is going to be your AC charging port. So you have your wall plug charging. Above that's going to be your 2 DC 8020 solar panel plugs. You're then going to have your AC expansion port on top. The AC expansion port's for linking to a second system or vice versa. You're going to have DC expansion port. This is for adding extra batteries. Now, with this device, it is, of course, 3,584 watt hours of power. This thing is a beast, and it has a lot of power by itself. Now, charging and capabilities, what could you run? 5-watt light bulb over 120 hours. Your washing machine, maybe 5 times. You guys could do 2.5 hours with the 1150 watt window AC or more if you needed to. Refrigerator, or of course, a couple days, no problems. You guys have it. Cell phones, not an issue. If you want to add, of course, 5 batteries, you're going to have 12 kilowatts of power. Add, of course, a second system and 10 batteries, and you're going to have, over that, no problem. So you guys will have a phenomenal amount of power. And I probably misspoke about the actual. I'm going to go here. System by itself and 5 batteries, 21 kilowatts of power. System and, of course, another system and 10 batteries is 42 kilowatts of power. It's been one of these days, guys. This thing's beautiful. And the price tag's not bad on this. It's like $17.79. It's like a 36% savings. Normally, the price tag over this is about $2,800. Because it's over $1,000, guys, you can use the discount code and save a few more dollars. No problem. If you want to, though, you guys can get the 3600 plus and 2 of the 200-watt solar panels for about $23.79, if I remember correctly. $23.79 is a great price point for a system of the size and 2 large solar panels. Now, remember, though, I'm always going to hear you guys, not because I want to, but because they just make sense. Getting the package deal. You guys can get the 3600 plus, the extra battery, 2 solar panels for $34.99. It's normally like a $5,900 price tag. Now, with, of course, 3600 plus, guys, you have the amazing capabilities with this. You actually have app control. So again, you can turn on all these, the screen, you can turn on the AC outlets, you can turn on the DC outlets. You guys can see the charging input, you guys can see the battery percentage, you guys can switch it into emergency situation charging, you guys can access everything you want, update firmware, and all of those other cool pieces. Let's say you guys are running something off of this, you leave, and you need to shut it off. Well, if it's connected up to your Wi-Fi at home, it can actually shut off without an issue from away from the device. If you are hooked up through the Bluetooth capabilities, you have that capability as well. 77 pounds, guys, is not really that bad of a weight for a system of the styling. Capabilities are endless. By adding extra batteries, guys have, of course, extra runtime, extra everything. Great options with this. This is actually, I think it's like 29% lighter than some of the others in the styling and, of course, sizing. Which is great by that size. Add everything you want, guys. Run whatever you need. Coffee machines, electric ovens, your refrigerators. If you need to run, of course, your hot water tank, I guess you guys can do that without a problem. Just make sure when you have it connected up, you're good to go. If you're using, I think this allows up to about 2,500 watts of charging, guys, with solar and wall plugs. If you're just doing solar by itself, it's going to take 1,000 watts of solar charging. If you only had 400 watts, it's going to be about 10 to 13 hours-ish charge time. So just know you're going to need, of course, that extra amount of capabilities with that. So that's where you're going to be with, of course, 3600 plus. Any questions about that big bad boy? While that's happening, I'm going to actually move it out of the way because we're going to go bigger. We're going to go better. We're going to talk about this bad boy. Now, this is a very large station. This is the 5000, guys. The 5000 station is their biggest and baddest station, and we're going to go here. The Jackery Explorer 5000 is a phenomenally large but amazingly done system. This system is 30% off right now. It's $2,999. Normally it's a $4,300 price tag. But you're getting a solar system, guys, that will run your whole home without a problem. It's got a lot of ports of connectability, has still phone app control, and it can connect up a lot more solar panels to this. Now I'm going to zoom back so you guys can actually see the sizing of this. So this is, of course, up to the height of my chair or more. It's got that nice large logo. You guys can see at the bottom, it's got, of course, casters, but it also has 2 large wheels. You're going to have a DC plug on the front. That DC plug's actually really well done. Let's bring you guys into this display. So you do have the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter display, or 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug, the 3-inch display, and on the opposite side, you're going to have 2 100-watt USB-C ports and 2 18-watt USB-A ports. Below that is, of course, 4 AC outlets. Now, these AC outlets do something a little bit different with that. 7,200 watts of sine wave. So 7,200 watts of sine wave is amazing. It's going to do very, very well for you guys, and it will run pretty much anything you could plug into it, from your home to like your central ACs and everything else, if it takes that plug styling. Now, of course, with this, guys, you have just a lot more with that. You don't just have these front plugs. There are more plugs, more capabilities with the 5000. Now, I believe there's an extra 6% savings somewhere with this one as well. But I think you have to buy a couple other pieces with this. So, with that. Now, on this device, I'm going to back it up a little because I do want to do this. We're going to turn on the display for you guys. I'm just going to show it to you. So, when I power this up, I'll see if it'll come on. Oh, power's on the other side. I do this every time on this system because the power's usually over here. It's on this side. But you guys can see that nice large display and how easy it is to read. The app and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connect flashing, so you guys can connect it up to the system. Individually switched buttons. You guys can see when it kicks on, it'll click on there. And you notice that it comes over here and it says, of course, Hertz. It's also going to show us guys the input and output and, of course, the runtime left. If I want to turn that off, I don't have to worry about it. Individually shut it off. Hold it down for 3 seconds and you guys can power the whole system back down with this. On this device, there are more ports and connectabilities on the side. Now, you guys are noticed that, yes, there are 3 more plugs and ports. First and foremost, this top port. This is the AC expansion port. The AC expansion port on this device, guys, it has the capability of connecting to a second station. It also has the capabilities of connecting to what they call the smart transfer station. Now, your smart transfer station connectability is going to be like your electric circuit breaker box on your house. You will purchase that product from, of course, Jackery off of Amazon or off Jackery. You will connect it up. You'll have an electrician wire it up to your house, to your electric circuit breaker box. The moment you have it wired up, you guys can use 12 individual circuits or 12 individual rooms throughout the house. That means you guys can actually charge off the electric grid from your electric company at 4,000 watts of charging. Now, at 4,000 watts of charging through those ports, guys, you can actually have this running and charged in like less than that, guys. It's a great option and phenomenal. Under 2-hour charge time is where you're at with that. Now, another best part is you're going to have 2 more plugs down here. You're going to have a 14-30 and a 14-50 NEMA style plug. These 2 plugs are capable of 120 and 240 volt charging. So they're a dual voltage charging system. Dual voltage charging system is really, really amazing and really great. I love the capabilities. That means if I want to charge at 120 watts of normal wall plug charging, I don't have to worry about it. That means my standard washer and dryer can plug into this. My standard, other devices that may have the larger plugs or NEMA style plugs. For those of you that need to plug in a central AC, a hot water tank, your house washer or dryer, 240 volt capable is where you guys can go at. Some of your guys' electric ranges use that capability as well. So you guys can actually do that and not have to worry about it. Below that are 4 individual circuit breakers. So you guys can actually, if you pop a circuit, it'll pop it, and that's actually good protection. When we grab this and we flip it to the other side, you're going to notice, of course, more plugs, and I'm going to try and not run my foot over today. And let's try and do this today without too much hassle. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. So down at the bottom again is going to be your DC expansion port. This is going to allow you to connect up to extra batteries. Then you're going to have your 1800 watts of wall charging capability through the AC plug. That's going to allow you to charge it like 3.5 hours. So 1800 watts is a 3.5 hour charge time. 3.5 hours to have 5,000 watt hours of power is actually crazy fast. So you don't have to worry about it. It's actually really, really fast. Pop this cover up and pull it off if you guys need to. I don't recommend it, but I do it for the show. You're going to have 2 DC plugs. These 80/20 plugs are going to allow you to charge on low power solar array. So for those of you that have 2 500x solar panels, or you guys have multiple 200 watt panels, 1200 watts max charging through that. That's a 5-hour charge time out in the sun. So most people will have this charged and running without a problem. Now, the cool part is yes, you guys can actually run all those off of those plugs. You guys can run devices off of it and still charge at the same time. If you are lucky enough and you have a high power solar array on the roof of your house, your shed, or out in the yard that charges at 4,000 watts of solar, plug into the high power solar array, flip the switch, and you guys can actually charge at 4,000 watts. Now, it's a 4,000 watt input. That does not mean you guys can't have an 8,000 watt solar array. All right, I'm just going to go there. Most of the time, most of you guys are not going to get 100% solar charge through that solar array. The larger the thing, the more charge you're going to get in those low sky days or low light days. So that's the way it is. If you don't want that high power solar array, flip it away, and of course pop it back down. Now, if you want to charge off a wall plug charging and solar at the same time, go ahead and do so. That is not a problem. With this device, you, of course, have the capability of seeing generation and consumption of solar, generation and consumption of your electric grid on the app through the smart transfer station or your phone. With it, it's also going to allow you to, of course, track solar speeds or solar times. So let's say you start noticing that you get more charging through, I'm going to go here about maybe 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. You guys can get and choose where you guys want to do that. So you guys can actually track these solar input speeds. Now with it, you guys can actually optimize and schedule energy saving modes. What that means is monitoring real-time energy. So I'm going to go here. Your electric company charges you more during peak hours. By changing that inside the actual piece, you guys can actually change the runtime and charge time off your electric grid. So let's say during peak hours, we want to run off of the solar system. We can do that. And then, of course, if you want to and you don't want to actually charge, run off of it, it'll run off of standard time. So you're saving money that way. I don't know what happened to you, buddy. You got tagged like Pudgy. I have no clue, man. No clue what's going on to you guys. The system by itself should allow you to run at least 1 or 2 days without a problem. By adding 5 batteries, guys, you're going to have 30 kilowatts of power. And yes, this can actually accept 5 batteries. When you have 5 batteries, that's at least 7 to 8 days of runtime without a problem. Add this system and a second system and 10 batteries, and yes, you guys can do that. You guys will have 15 days of runtime. Now remember though, your 15 days or your 7 days, whatever you want to calculate, is usually based on the average of, usage during a blackout situation. So for those of you that are running your whole home off of this, your run times will vary. Now, the system by itself could actually run a flat screen TV for at least 2 days without a problem. It could run your house dryer for 3 hours. You guys can run a central AC for about 2 hours. For the 1150 watt window ACs, guys, over 4.5 to 5 hours, no problem. You're good to go. I wouldn't worry about this. The difference with this one is, guys, it's got 0 milliseconds of UPS switchover. So let's go here. Phil has his computer hooked up because he has to work from home. He just got 2 feet of snow. His power went down, but he still has to work. This thing is not going to lose power, so if he's plugged into this, his computer is going to stay running. His internet, if it's not plugged into it, I don't know what to tell him. He should have it plugged into that. Now, it's a really cool idea. I like that they have these 0 milliseconds to switch over inside the app control. That is actually really great. I love it. Now, with, of course, prioritizing your solar and off-peak charging with the app control, you guys are going to do very, very well. Just remember, though, it's 61 kilograms, a little over 120-ish pounds, 130 pounds. Oh, yeah, I have enough power. Lo, thank you for the follow. Now, if you don't want the system by itself, you guys can get the 5,000 plus and the 500X solar panel for about $42.29, I think it is. It's like a 19% savings, but that's a big, big solar panel, guys. Phenomenal product, great little options, and because you're over that $1,000, use that 5% discount code that's in that banner down there, guys. That code, of course, is a nice little code. I can't remember what the code is actually typed out right now. I think it's 2026 Feb 2. If I remember, February 2nd is the code for that one. All right, let's talk about the 500, guys. We have a couple options of the 500. I'm going to show you guys the older 500. It's what I have on hand. Just going to go here. Let's grab this. So that is the original 500. Now, the Jackery Explorer 500 is 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package. Fixed handle, flashlight on the side, 5-hour charge time on a wall plug because it charges at 100 watts, guys. That's where it goes, 100 watts per hour. Now, with this device, you're going to have one AC outlet on the front that's going to do 500 watts pure sound wave power, can peak at 1,000 if you need to. 3 USB-A ports, 3 DC plugs, and capabilities with this. Now, you also have that nice digital display that's going to do very, very well for you, but it is lightweight. At 13 pounds, you guys can actually carry this around without a problem. If you want to run a flat screen TV for 7 hours, go ahead and do so. 9 hours with the mini cooler, 9 hours with the CPAP machine, 30 hours with the laptop if you want to. Now, the ranging of different items you guys can run off of this is going to be like blenders, mini coolers, electric blankets, your phones. You guys can do laptops, everything else in between. It's going to be no problem. $323 is a great price point. Normally, I think it's like $499, so you guys are getting a good deal with that one if you want to. Now, they did update the 500. I'm going to attempt to show you guys this. I believe, first let's show you guys the package deal, because you guys can get the 500 with the, I think it's the Solar Saga 100 solar panel for like $519, so it's a 35% savings. So you guys can get the 500 with the 100 watt solar panel. So that's a great deal. So if you want to get it, you have that option. But they did create something new for you guys. They created the new 500. Now, the Jackery Explorer 500 version 2 is 512 watt-hours of power and a little bit less weight. It's about 12 pounds. It's got the foldable handle, and it is, of course, flat on the front. It's going to have 2 of those 500-watt AC outlets, 1,000 watts max, 2 USB-C ports, 100-watt port, 30-watt port, 18-watt USB-A port, 12-volt 10-amp plug, flashlight on the front, digital display, and app control. But it also has a switch for energy saving mode. So you guys can actually switch that over for energy savings mode. This device should allow you to charge 24 cell phones, about 18 hours with the mini fridge. You guys can see 4 hours with the laptop, 9 hours with, of course, pedestal fan if you need to. Charging varies, guys. You'll pick and choose. It's like about an hour or so with the wall charging capabilities. That is that new 500 solar panel or station. I believe I do have that coming. So at some point, we will be showing you guys that new 500. Now we're going to show you guys the 4000 kit. And of course, I hit the wrong camera switch. Let's go over here. Let's show you guys the 4000 kit. Now you guys can either get the 2000 V2 with 2 of the 200 watt solar panels for about, I'm not really sure the price on that. Let me check real quick on the price on that. The price on the 2000 plus and the two 200 watt panels, it's like $1839 for that. You're gonna have 2042 watt hours of power plus 400 watts of solar charging capabilities, guys. If you had 800 watts of solar panels, it's gonna be a 2 hour, or 6 of the 200 watt solar panels, it's gonna be a 2 hour charge time. 2 hours on a wall charging. Cool part is they created this device with the 4000 kit. Now the 4000 kit is going to be the station, the battery, and the 2 solar panels for $26.19. Now you went from 2042 watt hours of power to 4085 watt hours of power. You have the 5 AC outlets on the front that it's going to do 3000 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 6000, surge if you need to. 200 watt USB-C ports, 2 18 watt USB-A ports, and a 12 volt 10 amp display. The station in itself can take 6 solar panels. The battery can take 6 solar panels. So 2 hour charge time between on both of those if you had enough panels. Running a lot of different devices from your fridges to your computers to everything else in between, you guys can actually add up to 5 batteries with the system. So when you add 5 batteries to this, it's 12 kilowatts of power. If you add a second station and 10 batteries, it's going to be 24 kilowatts of power. So it's a great expandable system. It's just a phenomenal little product that's going to do very, very well for you guys if you need something of that style. Now we're at the part of the show where we're going to start showing you guys the actual solar panels. First and foremost, I'm going to show you guys the 40 watt Air. Now I don't have the 40 watt Air, but I do have the Mini 40. The Mini 40 is going to be a little bit cheaper. The 40 watt Air, actually I believe the Mini Air is like $119. So they're probably both about the same price right now. I think the 40 watt Air that we're showing you guys in the carousel is about $119, as in where this one's just $119 normal. Fully waterproof, water resistant, guys. 2 pounds is where it weighs. Folds up 4 times, guys. It's a tri-fold design. Fully waterproof, water resistant with this as well. So you guys can actually leave this out in the rain, leave it out in the snow. It's not going to hurt it. It's going to come with the 10-foot cable. The 10-foot cable will have, of course, the DC plug 8020 or the 7909 adapter. If you guys need the USB-C plug to connect it into one of the other devices, yeah, it may come with that. It may not. If it does not, you guys can actually get that from Jackery as well. Now, lightweight portable. This is actually a cool little piece. And a great idea with this is, because it's got these snap rings, guys, you can snap this with D-clips on the backpack, and you guys can hike in and charge your little station while you're hiking and get that charge with this. Now, this is what's considered a perk panel. The 40 watt Air is a bifacial panel. So you guys are going to have bifacial charging on the Air version compared to the version I have here. So that's the difference, is bifacial. Bifacial means it charges from both sides. Nice, lightweight, portable. They're both, 2 pounds, so you don't have to worry about it. Very easy, very capable of being taken everywhere. Now, the Mini 40 or the 40 Air is going to work with like the 100, the 240s, the 300s, even the 500 if you needed to. But it's going to be more geared towards your smaller stations. Even better part is the cabling that comes with it, guys. Is great little option. You guys can actually, the cabling, some of the cables have the USB-C port and a USB-A port on them. Now with it, of course, you guys can step it up and go to like the 100 watt solar panel. The 100 watt solar panel is a bifacial solar charging solar panel. Now this is, of course, an amazing one. Still fully waterproof, water resistant. This will work with every station they make, from the 100 plus all the way up to the 5000s if you really wanted to. Now it has a built-in kickstands or built-in stand, so you guys can actually just pop it off. set it up at a 25-degree angle to get that reflective charging. Fabric handle is, of course, set on there with snap rings or pressed rings. And, of course, snap rings of holding it closed. You do have 2 kickstands, one on each side. Again, trifold design. So, guys, when you pop it out, it's going to be a 3-piece fold, but it's 4 panels wide. Blue side is going to be your reflective charging side. So this side's going to be what's going to face the ground and get the bounce back charging. The darker side is the side that's going to face the sun. And if you guys can see, this thing's actually a really, really long panel. It's so much so that I can almost touch the system in the back there without a problem. So that's how long this panel truly is. Now, again, it's lightweight. It's about maybe 10 or less pounds. So very lightweight, capable of being carried everywhere. If you need to, it does come with the 10-foot cable. You'll actually have to put that in your own carrying bag, though, because this doesn't have a carrying bag for that cable. You guys could probably just tie it on. When you're done, if you don't want to keep it up at all times, just put it back away, and you guys are good to go for that next trip or, of course, everything else. If you want to leave it set up at home, don't worry about it. If it gets dirty, wash off the hose. If it gets wet, it's not going to hurt it. It's meant for that. What I do recommend with panels that are larger panels, they're like tights, guys. Tie them down. That's why these little tie rings are on here. So tie them down. Make sure that you're safe and you don't have to worry about them going anywhere. Price point on the 100-watt bifacial panel, I think they're like $279. Like normally $299 with that one, so not a bad price. Now with it, you guys can step it up a little bit bigger. You guys can go with like the 200-watt bifacial panel. I actually have that back here. Not sure why. Not sure what happened, guys. All I did was turn the video on, so something conflicted. But good catch. Thank you, guys. So like I was saying, with the 200-watt panel, guys, you have the cabling. You have, of course, the still. You have the bifacial charging, full waterproof, water-resistant, $424 price tag. But this is going to be more geared towards your larger stations like the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2, the 1500 plus, or larger, all the way up to the 5000s. It is approximately 90 inches long, so do know it is a very, very long panel. It is a little over 16 pounds, I believe, with this version. The older version was 21 pounds. So that's the weight of these. They are a larger one. Leave it outside. Don't worry about it in the snow, the rain, and everything else. It's a phenomenal product with that. It's just so large, it's really hard to show that one live. Now, with that, of course, we have other variations of amazing solar panels to show you guys. So I'm going to show you guys a couple more options right here. But doing this, I'm going to have to move something aside. Let's grab the 100 Prime. Now, the 100 Prime is an amazing solar panel, guys. This is their first DIY style. So what they consider DIY is this full glass panel. This is fully tempered glass. Be careful with it. Don't break it. Now, it is metal housed all the way around. It is still bifacial charging. So you guys are going to have the front face charging and the back reflective light charging. Comes with 4 brackets. So you guys can actually mount this how you need to. Now, with, of course, those 4 brackets, you're going to have multiple screws and, of course, nuts and bolts to mount them. You flip it around to the other side. There's 12 individually pre-drilled holes. so you guys can actually match up to a section and mount it. It's going to have a 10-foot cable permanently attached. On the end of this is an Anderson clip style plug, but it has, of course, the 8020 adapter plug on the end. You guys can get the 7909 adapter as well with this kit. I just don't have it laying here on this device. It's in a bag put away. Now with it, if you want the reflective charging, set it at a 25-degree angle. If not, you guys are going to get 25% even low light setting charging. With this thing, it is an amazing little piece that's going to work well. But remember, you don't have to leave it like it is or in an angle. If you need to leave it flat, you guys can see it's actually not bad. It's pretty thin. It's not super heavy. It's a glass panel, guys. So great little options for you if you need with that one as well. Now I have one of their newest panels sitting here, and I love to show this panel because, well, let's be honest, this thing's pretty amazing. Now we're going to show you guys what's called their 100 light solar panel. Now the 100 light solar panel is $279, but it is well worth the price point with this. Now, if you're wanting a super thin panel, this is it. It might be 1/8 of an inch thick, guys. It's got pre-snapped ring holes so you guys can tie it down. It has, of course, the permanently attached cable, but with this cable, it is a flat cable, so you don't have to worry about it. You guys can hide it, run it, and it's not going to be an issue. On the end, again, is, of course, the Anderson clip plug and the adapter for the 7909 and the 8020. Now, with it, of course, it is bifacial charging, so you guys have the reflective side for the 25-degree angle. If you can't do that, it's all good. It's just for the extra charging. Then you have the dark side right here with this. Now, with this, it's created a little bit different than some of the others on the market, and that's because I can actually bend this in about 270 degrees. So if I want to bend this at 270 degrees, I can bend it and shape it and mount it in positions I want to do. So if I want to put it on the roof of an RV or the roof of my house in a curved position, I can do that. Just don't go past 220 degrees. Past 220 degrees, you might break a connection inside the panel and all of that. So just be careful with the way you do it. Now, mounting it, though, is, again, you guys can do snap rings, you guys can do D-clips, or if you want 2-3 adhesive tape to mount it down, or vice versa. Fully waterproof, water resistant, not have to worry about it. Set it out there. This thing is amazing. The 100 light, guys, this thing is their lightest one with that. Price point's pretty good with that one too as well. Hello, everybody that's popping in, guys. Welcome to the show. Now, that is the last product I have for you guys today on this carousel. Now, remember, guys, we always do a lot more shows. We do about 3 to 4 shows a month around here, sometimes even more than that with the Jackery stuff. If you haven't, hit the follow button, hit the live notification button. It'll tell you guys when we go live so you guys can get these deals. With that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you guys on the next show. Later, everybody.